Today on the channel from WWE Elite Greatest Hits Series 1, we got the Beast from the East, Bam Bam Bigelow.
The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another WWE Greatest Hits Series 1 unboxing and review. Of course, Mattel Elites at their finest here in the Greatest Hits series. And today, we've got Bam Bam Bigelow. But remember, for all your Mattel and Jazzwares AEW WWE wrestling figure needs, make sure you're hitting up Ringside Collectibles. Use discount code Kyle to save yourself 10%. And of course, the Greatest Hits wave, along with a ton of other waves, currently up at Ringside right now, well before stores. Save yourself some gas. Head up over to Ringside. Tell them Kyle sent you. There you go. But we're going to do this review like we do all the reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. So let's kick it off with old Scott Charles, Bam Bam Bigelow. Possibly my favorite big man of all time. Just a mean looking dude. Didn't have to wear face paint because he put some paint in his head and his arms too. So a big time wrestler. Big time feel always with Bam Bam Bigelow. Loved his work in ECW. Loved him in WWE, WCW, Japan. Really everywhere he went, I did enjoy his work. A big man that's really missing in this modern day wrestling feel is what I feel like. So there it is, but probably gun to my head, ECW version of Bam Bam is my favorite. But you got Bam Bam right down there. Bam Bam Bigelow, WWE Elite, Greatest Hits Series 1. True Effects, Certified Authentic, Bam Bam Bigelow, Mattel Elite. And there he is, looking good on the side right over there. Looking good, old Bam Bam. And then the back of the package, we got the glamour shot, we got the tail of the tape, we got the blurb, we got the cross-sell. As you guys know, we're unboxing all these guys on the channel, so make sure you subscribe to the channel. And then we got UPCs, warnings, all that fun stuff on the bottom. Let's see what it says about Bam Bam Bigelow from Asbury Park, New Jersey. Oh, beautiful this time of year. Height 6'4", weight 390 pounds. Finisher, the old greeting from Asbury Park, of course. Career highlights: ECW champion, ECW television champion, WCW tag team champion. After WrestleMania 11, the Beast from the East walked away from the $1 Million Corporation and blazed his own path. Well, I see what you did there with the old blazed. Love to see it. Love to see Bam Bam coming back out to the market here. I'm going to talk a little bit about that like we have been in the Greatest Hits series so far. There it is. See you later. Goodbye. Off to the races. How about a little plastic prison? And he doesn't look to be locked in anywhere. Look at that. So that's the first one we've seen that hasn't been locked in. I'm okay with that. There's old Bammer right there. Bam Bam Bigelow. Very cool. Let's pop him out. Pop him out of the package. And we're off to the races. See you later. Goodbye. All right. We're going to start with the accessories like we always do. We got two gripping hands here. And Bam Bam, he came to fight. He came to throw down. He's got two fisted hands on him. But we got two patented gripping hands right there for old Bammer. And now we get down to Bam Bam Bigelow. Now, here's where it's interesting. We've talked a lot. Go back to that Undertaker video. If you haven't watched that one for this Greatest Hits, I really explained kind of the thought process of this line, this new sub-line in the Elite lineup, some of the differences there. But one thing I've talked about in a few of these videos is it is a great way for people that were missing accessories for older figures to possibly get some updated accessories with these. So I will say right here, and I'll grab this off to the side, I don't think the method to my madness is going to end up working out for me like I was hoping. I, for whatever reason, cannot locate the arm gauntlets on my original Bam Bam Bigelow. I thought I had it in a fodder pile. Who knows? It's probably there somewhere. But for whatever reason, I cannot locate it. So my plan was, hey, they're re-releasing this Bam Bam. I'm going to buy two. Here's one. I'm going to buy another one. And I'm going to use these arm gauntlets over here on this one. Well, Kyle's math didn't quite check out because what we're seeing with these Greatest Hits, there's some slight differences there, which is great for the long-term collector, the hardcore collector that wants a point of difference between these two, like myself, of course. Some of you guys are new collectors. You're just fine and happy to have this version of Bam Bam. I get that as well. But some of the differences here is the brand new one has a much brighter orange than this one. So there is difference there. And then I was hoping these arm gauntlets I could use for this one. Well, it's not going to match up. It's going to be different. It's going to be close enough to be dangerous, but in my crazy mind, it's not going to be the same thing. So that is a bit unfortunate for me. We also see on the back of kind of the overlay he has Bam Bam Bigelow on the same of these, but the font is different, or I should say the colors on the font is different between the two. So you can definitely tell the difference between them. So we got to make note of that there. Then looking at these heads, the differences between these two figures, of course, there's a lot of differences. Hands removable on the new one, not on the old one. Double jointed pinless elbows on the new one, not on the old one. True effects in the face scan on the new one, not on the old ones. So there's enough differences to be dangerous here. More of a nuisance for a completionist out there, as I think a lot of us would rather have maybe the Lawrence Taylor gear when he wrestled him at WrestleMania. That would be the one we'd probably rather have than this if you're a longtime collector. But I can see a lot of people, new collectors, they want this one. So it goes back and forth. But we got Bam Bam with the new head. Of course, we've seen this head, what was that, a WWE Legends Target exclusive not too long ago, so getting the use out of that again. But of course, it is a different head than the original one. So once again, another point of difference between these guys. So we do like that. But very cool. It is Bam Bam in the flame apparel. It does seem, and this could be just my eyes playing tricks on me, it almost looks like the new one, definitely brighter flames, a little bit more artwork to it, which makes it seem like a bigger figure. It is the exact same, but a little bit brighter in the artwork on this one as well. So we definitely like that. It definitely takes up more of the body on the artwork here. So there is a lot of differences between these two figures. Looking at the tattoo on the head, once again, you get a little brighter red, a little duller red on this one. Same thing with the tattoos. They look to be about the same across the board. Yeah, they look to be the same, but still very, very cool. Little differences here. You get a little bit more of the tattoo on the left bicep where it's a little bit more covered up on this one. So enough differences to be dangerous is what we're going to call this one. Does he fit on a ringside stand? That's always a good test as well. And he fits like a glove. Use ringside code Kyle. Save yourself 10%. Make sure you get the Mattel stands, as we always say. One cool thing is the articulation. You guys know I love pinless joints. We got the double jointed pinless elbows on this. Hands removable. Biceps go all the way around. You get that, or the shoulders go all the way around. The biceps go side to side. Of course, head back and forth. Head is removable on these new ones if you need to. You do get the ab crunch. You do get the thigh cut. You do get the splits. Not a ton. He is a big guy, though. Not a ton of splits there. You do get the double jointed knees. They are not pinless. You get the ankles back and forth. So we get the typical articulation with a little bit more than the old version of Bam Bam here. So wow, oh wow, it's a lot different here. There's a lot of differences here. But like I always say in these videos for this greatest hits line, I can see some of you guys not being happy with this. Some of you guys being over the moon happy with these. It just depends where you sit, where you are in your collecting, where you started, where you ended, where you began. That's going to say how you really feel about this. And like I keep saying, I'm somewhere in the middle. I'm a little bit Switzerland on this because I like the idea of getting some updates. I understand the plight of the new collector and the challenges financially to go back and get some of these expensive ones. Obviously, I really understand the collectors that are completionists like me that have had these forever. But guess what? We don't have to buy these. You don't have to if you don't want to. But me being a completionist, I'm going to have them. I'm going to have to pick them up. But it's an interesting story with this greatest hits line. And like we said in the Undertaker video, if you go back and watch that, it is a business at the end of the day. We always have to remember that with our action figures, with a lot of things. Really, almost everything in the world, you got to remember you got to follow the money. That's going to lead you to the answer. If people can make money off it, they're going to do it. Something to be said about that. It is what it is, but that is the world we live in 2022, and something tells me 2023 and beyond will be the same way. But there's old Bam Bam Bigelow, Greatest Hits Series 1. What are your thoughts? Tell me in the comments down below. Picking it up, passing on it. I think a lot of people will be wanting this one because it is a very iconic Bam Bam. A lot of people are going to need this for their collection, especially if they missed out on this one. But you guys sound off in the comments down below. Don't forget to like this video. You made it this far. Subscribe to the channel. We got videos every single day, including the rest of Greatest Hits Series 1. Follow along on the Patreon. I always love the supporters on the Patreon over there. It truly is your best way to support the channel. You also get early content, early access videos, bonus content, exclusive content, and you get to be a part of monthly giveaways, so you don't want to miss that either. And then, of course, you can follow along on the channel over at SirPaul64 on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson, and ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. So for Bam Bam Bigelow, the old beast from the East, I'm Kyle, the beast from the Midwest, and I'll see you guys all real soon.